What's up, everybody? So I'm coming to you today with the October boxing schedule. I'm sorry I'm so late on this, but the schedule wasn't even officially set anyways until recently, and things are subject to change with the coronavirus and everything, and then playing it safe. So we only had one fight. We got one happening tonight also, and I'll discuss that, but I already broke that down on my preview. But we've already had the ESPN fight last week between Cepeda and Barianchek, and if you missed that, go check it out. That is a Fight of the Year candidate. Great fight. You should go check that out. Now tonight, the 9th, October 9th, ESPN Plus, you got Emmanuel Navarrete against Ruben Villa, undefeated Ruben Villa, for the vacant WBO featherweight title, which is 126 pounds. So this should be decent. Villa's from Salinas, trying to make a name for himself. Navarrete, the former champ, at 122. He's the favorite coming in, so it should be a decent fight. We'll see what happens. That's tonight on ESPN Plus. Okay, now the biggest fight of the month takes place 1 week later, Saturday, October 17th on ESPN. We have a triple header that night. Well, there's 3 fights worth talking about on this one. I don't know if it's a triple header or if it's just the main card, but on ESPN, you're going to see on the undercard, Edgar Berlanga, super middleweight, that's 168. He's 14-0 with 14 knockouts. He's an entertaining fighter, and he's taking on some guy named Linnell Bellows. It's just him trying to continue building his record. But man, this dude is deadly with his punching power. So entertaining as fuck to watch. I doubt the fight makes it out of the first round. Check this fight out. The co-feature that night, let me see here. Oh, it's going to be 140 pounders, junior welterweights. You got undefeated Arnold Barbosa Jr., who's taken his biggest step up. He's been beating everybody in front of him, and he's one of top ranks bright stars on the rise. He's taken on former world title challenger Alex Saucedo. Saucedo's only lost to Maurice Hooker, so this should be an interesting battle on the undercard right here. That's the co-feature. It should be good. Barbosa trying to pass a test against Saucedo. Saucedo trying to stay on. And then the main event, again, one of the biggest fights of the year, Vasily Lomachenko against Teofimo Lopez, unifying lightweight championships at 135. Lomachenko already holds the WBO and WBA belts. Lopez holds the IBF belt. The winner's going to have 3 of the 4 titles and be the shutdown number 1 at lightweight. Huge fight right here. Again, that's October 17th. Free ESPN. Check it out. 1 week later, actually 6 days later, on Friday the 23rd, there's a little guys triple header. I don't know these guys too well, but I know the main guys are good fighters. There's 3 different fights. Chocolatito is on the undercard. I think he's fighting in the co-feature, defending his newly won belt from 115. And then I think also on the undercard is Julio Cesar Martinez. He might be a champion at 115 as well, but he's on the undercard. The main event, I believe, is Juan Francisco Estrada against Carlos Cuadras. 2 little sluggers right there. That should be an interesting card right there. The little guys throw a lot of punches. They're very entertaining. And these are 3 names that I at least know from those little guys. So make sure to check it out. That's Friday the 23rd on DAZN. 1 day later, on Saturday the 24th on Showtime, you're going to see, I think it's a triple header. The first fight's not worth talking about. The co-feature, though, should be decent. Undefeated 130-pounder, that's super featherweight, Xavier Martinez. He's trying to take his next big step and push himself into the mix at 130. He takes on former world title challenger Claudio Marrero. Marrero was a slugger at 126. He's coming off a knockout loss to Kid Galahad, trying to make a name for himself at 130, while Xavier Martinez, the younger fighter, is trying to prove that he belongs at 130, so that should be decent. But the main event should be pretty solid. You have, I'm going to mess this Russian guy's name up, the second guy, but you have Sergey Lipinets, former champion at 140, been in the ring with Mikey Garcia, beat Lamont Peterson, good fighter. He's challenging for the vacant IBF interim championship against, I think the dude's name is Kudratio Abukakhorov. So a undefeated Russian fighter trying to make a name for himself against Lipinets. Now, the winner of this fight is very significant. That's the reason it's a Showtime main event. the winner will be in line for the winner of Errol Spence and Danny Garcia. The winner becomes the interim champion and gets a direct shot at the winner of Spence and Garcia if they wish to fight him. So this fight does weigh a lot. That's why it's a main event of that Showtime triple header on October 24th. Then Friday, October 30th on DAZN, Jaime Munguia, former 154-pound champion, undefeated middleweight now. He's in the top 10 at middleweight. He's battling the always tough Turiano Johnson. Should be a good test for Munguia here. I'm not quite sure if it's an eliminator yet, but Munguia coming off a big win over Spike O'Sullivan, going in against Turiano Johnson. Good middleweight that he's taking on right here. That's Friday on the 30th. That's in the main event. The undercard's going to be good too. The co-feature has Rashidi Ellis against Alexis Rocha. These are two undefeated welterweights trying to make a name for himself. I think Ellis is 22-0, 14 knockouts. Rocha is 16-0, 11 knockouts. This should be a good fight on the undercard, a good co-feature right here. Ellis is very fast and entertaining. I've seen Rocha's name out there. That should be a good one. Munguia and Johnson in the main event. That's Friday the 30th on DAZN. Now Saturday the 31st, we have 3 different cards on Halloween. Kicking it off earlier on ESPN, you're going to see the monster, fitting for Halloween, Naoya Inoue, the guy who won the bantamweight. That's 118 pounds. He won the bantamweight World Boxing Super Series. He is the unified bantamweight champion. He holds the IBF and WBA belts. He beat Nonito Donaire in the finals of that tournament in what a lot of people think was the fight of the year. He's taken on one loss Jason Maloney, Australian fighter. They're part of the Maloney brothers. Pretty solid. This should be an interesting fight right here. Very much so. Looking forward to it. I believe Maloney lost to Donaire. He lost the title to Donaire, I believe. I'm not 100% it was him though. But yeah, this should be an interesting and solid fight right here. A good test for Inoue. Staying busy. He is fucking the monster. That dude can hit. He can hit hard, and he is a beast. Make sure you check him out. Japanese undefeated fighter. That's the 31st on ESPN. Also on the 31st on DAZN, you have I think 2 fights worth talking about. The co-feature sees Lee Selby, former featherweight champion, battling it out with George Kambosos, undefeated lightweight contender. They are battling to determine I believe the number 1 contender for the IBF title at 135. So that's significant right there, because the winner would be in line for the winner of Lomachenko Lopez that's taking place on the 17th. Then the main event, heavyweight action. Undefeated, former undisputed cruiserweight champion of the world, Oleksandr Usyk, takes on Derek Chisora. He's a former world title challenger. Usyk only fighting for his 2nd time at heavyweight. He is the number 1 contender to the Anthony Joshua in the unified heavyweight championship right now. He's next in line after Joshua fights Pulev. So this fight, very significant right here. And Derek Chisora is no pushover. That's a test for Usyk. Gonna be an entertaining one. I'm looking forward to that one very much. Now let's take a look at the big card though. That's Saturday the 31st on DAZN, Halloween night. Now the big card Showtime pay-per-view on October 31st has a very good 4-fight card coming at you. Let me try to remember all these fights now. Okay, so from 4 to 1, the way I rank them, we have another IBF eliminator at 135 lightweight. You have Diego Magdaleno, solid veteran, been in the ring with some decent fighters. He's taken on Isaac Cruz, another solid veteran. Interesting fight. The winner, the reason this fight's significant is the winner, I believe, is the number 2 fighter at 135 lightweight, and is probably going to challenge the winner of Selby and Kambosos for the vacant title, because whoever wins between Lomachenko Lopez is probably going to vacate. But that's just my opinion. But that's an interesting fight. It's an IBF lightweight title eliminator. Should be good. Also on that card is Mario Barrios. He's an undefeated fighter and a secondary world title holder at 140 pounds, junior welterweight. He's taking on Ryan Carl, some unknown fighter. They call him Cowboy. Barrios just staying busy trying to get another win to keep pushing forward. The co-feature sees former 140-pound champion, junior welterweight, Regis Prograis, the very entertaining power puncher, taking on undefeated but little known Juan Heraldez. Prograis just trying to stay busy in this one. You will not be disappointed watching Regis Prograis. He is a good, solid fighter. He brings a full package. Make sure you check him out on the undercard. But the main event on Showtime pay-per-view, probably the second biggest fight of the month. You could argue for the biggest. Undefeated lightweight champion Gervonta Davis taking on current featherweight and super featherweight champion Leo Santa Cruz. They are fighting at 130 pounds, and it is for both Santa Cruz's 130-pound title and Gervonta Davis's 135-pound title. That's the first time I've seen something like this happen in my lifetime, and it should be interesting. Davis has to cut weight and come down to 130. Gonna be a good fight right here. Two guys have been talking about fighting. Davis is in my top 5 at lightweight. Santa Cruz is in my top 3 at junior lightweight. They're meeting at junior lightweight. Should be a very good, entertaining bout. That's Saturday, October 31st on Halloween, Showtime pay-per-view. So the rest of this month should be really good, guys. Make sure you're checking it out. A lot of good action, a lot of good boxing. And that's the October TV schedule. I will update probably in about 10 days if anything changes, but it looks like everything's pretty much locked in on this for the rest of the month, so we'll see. All right, guys, that's it. True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.